got Grozdanov and Gotsev middle blocking. Georgi Bratoyev will set. Poland then, in the dark shirts, get us underway here against Bulgaria in the Ningbo leg of the VNL 2019. Throw down, and quick point. Tight in on the net to start us away. Maciej Muzaj from Gdansk, former Polish champion with the Skra Belkutau. And it's Novakovsky on serve. Bulgaria side out. Got Novakovsky from Gdansk, 31-year-old, a veteran in the squad. Svetoslav Gotsev now with the opening service responsibilities for Bulgaria. Cushion shot. Score off the block. Zhuga, the skipper from Lokomotiv Novosibirsk. Muzaj. Poland have had 3 serves, 2 of them been buried into the net. So the main man for Bulgaria, Nikolai Uchikov from Neftishimi. He can't do anything serious from the service line. Bednoj now, better serve, deep, making Bulgaria commit. Flick off the block for Bulgarian points. Time of transition for Bulgarian volleyball. They have had their moments in this sport, but not for a while now. The last major medal came 10 years ago this year, a bronze in the European Championships in Turkey. 4-3 here. Neither team establishing themselves in the match, really. Mateusz Biniek now. Goodness me. Service action has been poor from both serve lines so far. 4-4 now. Wow. Now then, what can the skipper do? Fabian Zhuga. 5-4 Poland. Sure, gets it safe. But that in itself presents problems because the soft service was simply snapped away by Bratoyev. 5-5. Bulgaria side out. Set for wing player, and Muzaj tips the shot over the top, drops it on the 3-meter line. Bulgaria very slow to wise up to the threat. The backcourt players there that need to commit. Bartosz Kwolek to serve. Bump, set, finish! Nice conveyor feel to that move for Bulgaria. Great play. The controlled bump and then the set, which is almost dead weight for Gotsev to punish. Toros Skrimov now, the player from Vibor Valenta. Ace. Oh, that's backcourt. Rosalind Penchev giving it the hammer there. Good set into him, which teed him up. And then he found the paint at the back. Delivering that at over 100 kilometers an hour. Gotsev at 7-7. Bump comes into the net. Back set, tip finish. They're using that tactic to great effect in the opening exchanges here. Uchikov, oh, disguises that quite wonderfully. Very tight opening to this match then. Bulgaria just with their noses in front on Poland. The last time Bulgaria beat Poland in a world level major tournament was the World League 2 years ago. They won that in 5. The World League being the precursor tournament to the VNL, which of course was launched last year. Bumped back into play by Bednors. Yeah, Poland doing enough to win the rally. Scoring off the block. Musai, the 25-year-old. Good serve, Musai. Got 10 points in the defeat to the French yesterday. Punch shot which comes back off the block. They're finding a way through, and it's not just with brute force either. There's a bit of poise and a bit of delicacy factored into Bulgarian play now. That's it, just dropped into that no man's land around about the 3-meter line. Uchikov. Good bump, and the set comes back. Nicely done, good move that, good play from Poland. Musai hits the spike, which Skrimov can't pick up. Bednors. Bratoyev to Uchikov. His push shot comes back, and Poland blocking very strongly with Biniek. Spreads himself wonderfully here. Aggressive hands as well. Bednors continues at 10-9. Uchikov. Oh, and he flopped it just inside that baseline. They catch quite a nice break there, Bulgaria. Rosalind Penchev, part of the European Games squad in 2015 in Baku. Goes cross court, high risk strategy, just pulls it again. Service errors are a real factor in this match so far on both sides of the net. Pipe finish. Yeah, angled shot out to the sideline. Good attack this from Bulgaria. Nice open hands as well by Rosalind Penchev. Now Poland working the pipe attack. Both teams just beginning to be a bit more expansive now. Midway through the opening set here in Ningbo. Set is ideally cushioned there for the hit from Bednorz. Suga drops that serve in low. There goes Uchikov, giving it the hammer, swinging around that right shoulder. Peach of a finish. Yeah, Rosalind Penchev seems to be moving with a little bit of hindrance. Wing spiker Penchev been at the last two world champs. (12-all). Good service there from the Bulgarians. Just beginning to find their feet in this match now. Vitalainen calls a timeout here for Poland. His team trailed by 1 in the opening set.
Two block, you always look for the line there. And then we overlap the block out, and then we have nothing. We play so stupid, guys, and then we have mistakes in serves. Of course we have problems. No. And we have to build on the serve again, guys. You're professionals, you have to start the push, but I don't think that's my job. We cannot sell our pushes then.
Away we go again. Georgi Bratoyev on service for Bulgaria. And another issue, this time with Todor Skrimov. It's clearly the ankle, the right ankle, and he is in considerable discomfort. Again, we're just going to have to scroll the tape back and work out exactly what happened there. I suspect it was a rather innocent case of going over on that ankle, twisting it inside out. It would be a big loss, this. Skrimov, a senior member of the squad, the wing spiker. Desperate to get that right shoe off.
虽然说我们在比赛场上没有身体的接触，但是需要运动员瞬间的弹跳力，对自身的个人素质要求非常的高，所以受伤的风险也是非常的大。那么在这里呢，再次让我们用掌声欢呼声送给我们的保加利亚队8号球员多多尔斯克里莫夫，好吗？ 谢谢你们，谢谢。
Well, I don't seem to have an awful lot of luck with injuries in the Volleyball Nations League. Cast your mind back to a year ago when they lost Georgi Bratoyev for the tournament after a bad injury. Swept by the Aussies. Lost Bratoyev, the setter. Seemed like a freak. Skrimov was actually part of that incident. He was set up by Bratoyev on a pipe attack in that Australia match. landed on his opponent on the way down, which ruled out for the rest of the competition and the world champs. Now they're trying to absorb another injury blow here in Bulgaria. So we hope Toros Skrimov is okay and can return as soon as is possible. There's the aforementioned Georgi Bratoyev. Fit and happy and healthy for this year's VNL. They already were without Svetan Sokolov last summer as well because of his injury concerns. It's been a while since they're firing at full strength. What a pancake that is by Bratoyev. Third touch gets it over. Fabulous acrobatics. Bulgaria blocking back. It rolls in. And Gotsev and Penchev enjoyed that. That's a monster block. There's a good bit of fortune, though, on the flight of the bounce. They'll take it. Bratoyev continuing with the service. Poland, rich pickings down the middle. There's a dagger there at the heart of the Bulgarians. As the set comes past the decoy, and Bednors bangs it. Skrimov makes sure he scores off the block. Angles it cross court, knows where the hands are going. So adjusts his stance slightly, hits the shot high, and then gambles on scoring off the block touch. 16-13 here. Bulgaria take us into the second technical timeout of the opening set.
Flex cam 就是秀出你的肌肉，来，我们秀出你的肌肉。
照到你们了，就是你，我想加入，是肌肉，秀出你的肌肉，来，就是你，就是你，美女，美女，来，秀出你的肌肉，帅哥。这是一个害羞哈，哎，这位女孩子，还有一位非常优雅的男士。 来，你的肌肉我们没有看到啊！来，秀出肌肉，肌肉，马上！有。第二次计时暂停结束，谢谢各位。
Bulgaria up by 3. Nikolai Penchev serves. Bump, set. Finish, block back. He got it to Bednors. Popping up on the wing. Piotr Novakovsky played in the London Olympics, played at the Rio Olympics. Can't clear the net with his service, though. Gotsev serving for Bulgaria. Musai did come through the block, but the velocity was taken out of the shot. Poland turned defense into attack and score again with Musai. His third point of the match. Bednors has 4, Biniak 3. But Bulgarian mistakes have gifted Poland 5 points so far. Musai goes again. Ripping serve. Oh, well played. Bulgaria turning that around with real aplomb. And Alex Grozdanov, the middle blocker, finishes in style. Uchikov. Into the net, Nova. Retrieval here from Poland, and there's a chance to score off the top of the block for Bartosz Bednarz. Workman-like stuff. Some slick, clean attacks being created on either side of the net today. 18-16 here, but it's Poland who serve with Bartosz Bednarz. They'd isolated the blocker there, but couldn't get the ball down on the floor for the point. Bulgaria will try again. That time they'll get it right. Oh, Rosalind Penchev with a howitzer. It's a lovely connection on the drop of the set. And he just fizzes that inside the back line. 19-16.
OK，女士们、先生们，大家下午好，欢迎来到2019世界排球联赛宁波北仑赛区的比赛。今天的比赛第2场，项目第一场裁判有报价
The last spike is right here. So you change my tactic. Here, go.
Penchev to serve. Close set here in Ningbo, China. Brilliant defense there from Bulgaria. Overpass though, has them playing catch up from here on in, but the block back finds the floor. Bratoyev with a slice of brilliance. Not once, but twice. That was the first piece of improvisation. And then second time round there, he just spreads those arms and looks Kvolek in the eye and says, come on then, come and have a go if you think you're hard enough. Oh, drops down Bulgarian side. Poland force a point. Bring it back to within 3. Biniak. Bratoyev with that set. It was perhaps a little bit behind Nikolai Penchev, who stuffs the shot down, wipes out off the block. Clever, cute, expedient play from Nikolai Penchev. Oh, from that set, it was pretty much anyone's ball. Never had the force of character to win the joust. 21-year-old Alex Grozdanov now to serve. So just cleared the net, tapped down. Mixing up a lot of the attacking, both Poland and Bulgaria today. We've seen a lot of tippy-tappy finishes, tight in on the net. Three-point set. Fabian Zuga. Bratoyev, back set for Ruchikov. Smartly down. Nice angle on the hit there from Ruchikov. .22 plays 18 now. Bulgaria desperate to avoid losing 4 straight Volleyball Nations League matches for the first time. That's the unpleasant possibility if things don't go their way here. Poland could equal their record losing streak of 3 in the VNL, which was set last season against Iran, US and Serbia. Bulgaria defending heroically. Uchikov just hits it, undercuts it. And that was a shame. After that piece of defending, absolutely fabulous dig from Karakashev. Uchikov could have kept the rally going there. Unforced error. Giving the service to Bartosz Kwolek and Poland. Bump, set, Uchikov, push back. Now we're seeing just a turning of the tide now. Uchikov repelled by Muzai. Very tense now at the end of the opening set in Ningbo. Silvano Prandi saving his timeouts until the business end of the set.
You understand? Yeah. If you move at the last moment instead of it, you can go for 5. Ma come preferisci? Con la 1 o con la flecha? So I move.
Kwolek continues to serve on the resumption then after the timeout. Feeds it out as well. They got to within 1 point here, having trailed by 4. But back goes the advantage behind the Bulgarians. 23-21 now, and they're on serve here. Slick. Bumping the attack into the path of Novakovsky. And Poland hit back to get their service back. Piotr Novakovsky will do the honours. World champion 2018, world champion 2014. Pipe attacker, and they can't quite save it. Bulgaria set themselves up a set point. Kurtsev, the top scorer in the 3-0 loss to China yesterday. Oh, a flopping serve, and the ace delivers the first set to Bulgaria. Tremendous from the service line there from Sveto Gotsev. Tight set that. Good attacking on both sides of the net. Bulgaria just had a little too much in the end there. Rosalind Penchev and Nikolai Uchikov leading the way. Been a lot of mistakes as well on both sides of the net, gifting the opposition points. Bulgaria don't really care about the source of the points as long as they're there on the board. Confirmation then of Bulgaria taking that opening set 25-22 over Poland. Going down the left-hand side, the Bulgarians still very even in terms of the split across Poland's spiking contact points. Just a very close set, that.
当然，现在我们对阵的双方分别是波兰队和保加利亚队。在宁波北轮战昨天的比赛当中，波兰是以1-3负于法国，而保加利亚队是以0-3负于中国队。目前的战绩都是0胜1负。
OK， 波兰队曾经是去年世锦赛的冠军。保加利亚队现在世界排名第14，所以他们急需要今天的一场胜利。
Set 2 then. VNL Pool 5. Week 2 of the Volleyball Nations League 2019. Match day 2. Bulgaria soundly beaten by the Chinese yesterday, but have taken the first set here against Poland and are serving with Nikolai Penchev at the start of the second. Nice quick throw down there for Bartosz Bednarz. So Poland up and running in the second set. Nowakowski, as well as his 3 gold medals with the national squad, including in the World League in 2012. 3 bronzes as well. They've just had spectacular success over the last decade, really, in the context of their international success and history. Well played, clinical. Biniek was the finisher. 2-1 here. Maciej Musaj, the opposite from Gdansk. Such a high toss there on the serve. Bratoyev set to the far side, and that's a great sight for Bulgarian eyes. Not only getting the block touch, but the loop up. And it kicks up some paint as well as it lands right on the baseline. 2-2. Uchikov on serve. Poland with the transition. Aggressive from Aynan's team. Well played. 22 on serve now. Bartosz Bednarz, the 24-year-old from Zagreb. Plays his club volleyball in Italy with Modena. Well, the attacking there, close in on the net, is well disciplined, and it's clinical. Rosalind Penchev, 3-3 here, second set. Recently come back from Argentina, where he played with Personal Volleyball. There's good quality attacking from both teams in this match. This time, the decoy allows the spike. Matthias Biniek. Bump, set, kill. Nicely done. It's like carrying out training ground routines there. If you get if the bump isn't quite right on the reception, then you've got a chance of holding your serve. Now Poland side out. Fabian Juga, twice a world champion. European bronze medalist in 2011. Occasionally a wayward server. Nothing quite like the start of the first set, when they were almost trying to outgun each other on the service faults. These two. Back set. Smooth finish, which is cut across court inside the sideline. Nicely done again. The attacking has been strong because we've had a dearth of long rallies in this match. Paweł Zatorski, talk about experienced. 7 medals with Poland. The libero. Bratojew. Tap down. Oh, and he wheeled away there, Penchev, with his hands on the side of his face. He knew that was a chance. Takes a good skill, that, to just tap that in and down the line. And Penchev seemed to swipe the ball a little too early, if anything, there. Poland have now got their noses in front in this second set. Poor service. Well, that's 19 errors now, all told, in this match, the majority of which have been off serve. Add another mistake to the tally. 8-7 here. Poland lead. It's the first technical timeout of set 2. Eight-7 Poland. Maciej Musaj serving. Penchev, shot came back. Back set for the finish. They get it just down the corridor. I think it might have taken a little nick off Zatorski on the way through. Musaj. Good hit, that. They did well to get it past the blocker, just the single blocker there, mid-court for Poland. This has been the story of the match. Service, side out. Service, side out. Occasionally someone will hold serve, but no one's been on a run. Bulgaria with that stuff block, second time around, no. Just scrambling a little bit too much there. Poland turning the screw. 10-8. Bednar's a bit wild with that. Side out. Bulgaria won their opening match in the entire competition last week in Mendoza. Got past the Canadians in 4. Then were beaten by their home nation in Mendoza, Argentina. And a little bit more worryingly, they then went down in 4 to Portugal. The team basically promoted to the VNL this season, facing South Korea. 10-all. Muzai, touch off the block. Yep, they won't retrieve. (11-10) for Poland. Good serve. Bratoyev, what a pickup. Uchikov with the overpass. Can't even manage that, I'm afraid. The very definition of a bump with a small B there from Uchikov. 12-10. Poland's 20, Mateusz Biniek will serve. The middle blocker. Bratoyev tried to help it on its way over the top. Just beginning to see Poland establish an advantage now. And with that in mind, the momentum must be whipped away. So we have a timeout.
Dai la palla lontana. Sì, sì, va bene, ma pure uno dietro. Sì, ma Ruti in seconda e la posso fare un po' di aiuto e l'altro tanto parallelo.
Bulgaria save at that point, really. Clever shot, flat shot hit against the blockers. Very little chance of the defending team scoring off that. Grozdanov off the service there for Bulgaria. Coming together on this near side of the net. Bratoyev, unusually for him, didn't commit there. Literally let Kwolek palm that ball down on the floor. Zuga on service with this rolling lead of 3 now for Poland. It's been clawed back down to 2. Well, that's the extra level of frustration when a member of your team pulls off a spectacular dig like that, and then none of the teammates can read it or be alert to it and keep the attack live. Quick score again, Novakovsky off the blocker. So 15-12. Next to serve, Bartosz Kwolek. Another major part of the Under-21 World Championship winning squad 2 years ago in the Czech Republic. Fine serve, which committed them to the overpass. The finish finds the corner, near enough, deep down in the apex there. Delicious. 16-12, good lead now for Poland, 4. Will it be enough to build on, go on and win this set? Back set, couldn't score with Uchikov, so worked it to Penchev instead, and that was the more successful route. Nikolai Penchev, who was in the World Championship squad last year from the Oniko club, on serve. Musai, Bulgaria gain control, give it to Uchikov. Well, he's misfiring now, much like yesterday against the Chinese. Uchikov started on fire, but he's faded a bit, allowing the blocker the chance. Tit for tat. They're starting to win those points with increasing regularity now. Polish attack is rearranging the angle of the spike, the angle of attack, to ensure that they always get a touch off the top of the block. Kwolek on the service line with a miscue. So ball called out, it's been challenged, was out. Uchikov into the net. Gap is 4 again. 19-15. Bratoyev. Oh, nice fluid rotating set. Poland though get the point. And it was a monster block. Absolutely brilliant from Fabian Juga. So it looks increasingly like Poland will be levelling up this match. Good lead of 5 now on the Bulgarians. They do have to just get some direction back in their VNL campaign. No one for a minute would expect Poland not to be in the cup, not to be in amongst the final 6 positions, but teams will miss out this year. Of course they did last year. Incredibly competitive at the top, which is why the round-robin intercontinental group phase is such a good leveler. France, by the way, were top of the 16-team pile at the end of round 1 last year. A team, of course, that are in this group here in Ningbo, and the eventual silver medalists at the end of last season's competition. It was France, 12-3, then Russia, USA, Serbia, 11-4. Then Brazil and Poland, 10-5. You look at the teams that didn't make it. Italy, Canada. Well, we see the same final 6 in Chicago as we did in Lille.
I hope you understand. Now we're thinking about this.
4 more points needed for Poland to win the set. They lead Bulgaria by 5. And moments like that will help Bulgaria just tiptoe back towards Poland now. Grozdanov, the 21-year-olds, wiping out off the blocker. 21-17. Cushion touch off the blocker. It's happened so many times. 22-17. Juga on service. A ripper. Unfortunately, it hit the net. 22-18. Georgi Bratoyev on service. Uchikov, that was opportunism. Just close to putting his hands over the top of the net there. But it goes to the opposite wing. That's where Bulgaria do get their score. Super hands. Bratoyev sends it long. And Poland given a gift. Warsaw's Bartosz Kwolek. with that service. Poland blocking down, really got the block working now. Bednar's the outside of the blocking too, so got his hands wide to monster it down. Ably assisted there by Novakovsky. High set. The shot is repelled. Uchikov now. Oh, Poland get back control and kill it. Muzai gets the ball on the floor to level up the match. Poland easily the better team in that set, and they've leveled up this contest 25-19 here in Ningbo, China.
欢迎北仑国际排球宝贝再次登场，为我们带来的精彩表演。Everybody ready? Showtime!
You're looking at Bulgaria's second setter contact points. Likewise, Poland. Over position 2. That's where the majority of the sets have been made. They either go back, less room for the opposite to work with, or a nice high set for the wing-sided player. I enjoy the performances down there, perhaps reflecting Ningbo's status as a port city. We're at the start of set 3. One set all between Poland and Bulgaria here in Ningbo, week 2 of the Volleyball Nations League 2019. Service error straight off the bat at the start of set 3, and that's a Bulgarian side out. So, first to serve then here, Svetoslav Gotsev, the veteran. Good combination. Nice motion in the bump and the set. And he really didn't need to arrange his run or his jump too much there. the hitter for Poland. Piotr Nowakowski to serve. Smooth and fluid in the transition, Bulgaria. Good set by Bratoyev. And a very good finish. Oh, that's a terrific serve by Nikolai Ochikov. He's aimed it at the feet of the backcourt defender, who was able to bump, but without any control. Ochikov serves again. Different one this time. Musai had to come forward. Working the transition very well, Poland. Matej Musai. Pipe. The score off it, Nikolai Penchev. Not entirely sure his jump was the best time there. He still had to rearrange. The blocking hands come across, so he has to go inside out there to score, Nikolai Penchev. Ochikov does brilliantly, so acrobatic. They're all committed in and pulled slightly to the left of front court. So when the ball bobbles away to the opposite side, there's no one there to pick it up. Bratoyev, Penchev, it's going to come back. Zuga, pipe finish. Musai turns up the volume. Bednarz leads the way for Poland with 10, but that's Musai up to 9 points for the match. Service there, rather like when you're watching a tennis match and the player just randomly manages to catch the ball with the frame of the racket, sends it sky high. Low-key service error from Grozdanov. 5-all. Can Mateusz Biniek do any better? Bratoyev for Penchev, tidy and smooth and, well, just savvy really. See 4 hands coming in towards you, you know you've got to commit, so just play the percentages, not the shot against the dead weight. Hope for the best in terms of the bounce. Good hit, left-hander as well, coming round inside out there. Matej Musai. Penchev was the only opponent. Gotsev a little slow in adding to the block. 6-all. Oh, Bratoyev just missed the retrieval. hoped to shout for the block touch, but that was never happening. 7-6 Bulgaria. Nikolai Penchev. The elder of the two Penchev brothers. See Rosalind out there as well, of course. And they have the Britoyev siblings as well. Very much a family affair in the Bulgarian ranks.
好的，现场的所有朋友，接下来呢又是我们的互动时间了。看到
8-6 then.
当中显示的是
We're in the third set, first technical timeout of it, and Bulgaria just have the edge.
互相先稳，当然要稳在哪里，随心决定，好不好？来，赶紧现场的镜头刷拍起来。哇！
Vasia Muzai, 9 points for the match. It's
好，
been
下一波。
very impressive. The opposite from Gdansk, former Polish champion with Skra Belkato. Scored off 8 attacks, 1 block point as well.
敢不敢？敢不敢亲一口？好，下一组，镜头里好多人啊，赶紧！哇，可以可以可以，好，接下来继续刷拍。哎，两位男生啊，心动了。好，谢谢现场的各位。
Nikolai Penchev to serve. You can almost guarantee it. Service after a timeout, a technical timeout or a delay of any kind, the concentration just isn't there, and you almost always see a service fault. Either a serve hit long or dumped into the net. Uchikov, yeah, reliable source of points, scores off the block, just a power hit. Bednall scores. Starting just a yard or so outside of the left sideline. Punching down the finish. Novakovsky serves. Just catches the cord. Block down is out. Bulgaria will take it. 10-8. Overpass. Oh, Zhuga just about prevented that becoming the overpass. Then Uchikov hits it to clean out. Can't get a touch off the fingernails that time, Uchikov. Poland back to within 1 at 10-9. Poland's single Olympic gold came 1976 Montreal, 4 years later in 1980 Bulgaria won the silver. This is an important staging post on the route to Tokyo. Of course, having a presence at the Olympic competition, getting amongst the medals is a real desire. This is the nitty-gritty though, as they try to be competitive once more, Prandi and Bulgaria. Block touch challenge coming in here. He's been pretty sparing with his challenges. the Italian coach of the Bulgarian selection. It did seem rather hopeful, though, off the swipe from Uchikov. 71 years young now, Silvano Prandi. So, but not really about building a big group and a coach for the future. Just all about getting them to qualify for the Olympic Games and then see what happens there. Oh, what a serve! Rattling over, fizzing and dipping and dropping. Too hot to handle. It is true as an arrow by Rosalind Penchev, who will now try to do it again. Not that time, though. 12 plays 11. Quick set. 13 plays 11 now in this third set. Ball in hand with Alex Grozdanov from Marsek Volley. So we'll know Vitalainen well. The Belgian coach of Poland was at Marsek for a good long while in his club career. One blocker, no problem to get past him for Mateusz Biniak. Nice high set. That's the good old AB combination for Bulgaria. Bratoyev for Uchikov, completely alone and isolated. And it was a clean, smooth swing. So they're back to leading by 2 at 14-12. There's the push for Uchikov. He won't be able to get much power behind that. Back it comes. That's the power that they wanted. Kowalek for Poland. Even from a stationary standing start, he's able to generate the velocity needed. There's a defensive touch from Karakashev, the libero for Bulgaria, in the middle of that rally. But they've been unable to prevent Poland's service. The responsibilities for which are taken up by Fabian Juga. Set from the libero, and Uchikov tries to find the line, which he does. Well, it was wasteland backcourt there. Uchikov landed the shot on the floor. Bratoyev taps it up. Uchikov will try and finish it. Juga able to repel Musai, and then Penchev with a hand in, and then runs round to try and score wing side. But no, too much to do in too little time there for Rosalind Penchev. Doesn't even go with his leading arm either. Kowalek's service has a chance for the punch down. Ball on the floor. Bulgaria, though, are given a second bite at the cherry, which proves to be the sweeter. Rosalind Penchev registers the point for Bulgaria. They're back to leading by 2 here at the second technical timeout in the third set. Alex Grozdanov, 8 points for the match. He trailed Uchikov and Penchev by 3.
好的，谢谢各位。
第二次计时暂停结束。
Russia are the reigning VNL champions. They beat host France for the men's gold in Lille last year. USA won the bronze, beating Brazil. USA beat Turkey in the women's final in Nanjing, China. The hosts picked up bronze with victory over Brazil. Poland made it to finals week, but once there, come unstuck. Lost to both Russia and the United States, missing out on a place in the semi-finals and therefore a shot at the medals in the inaugural edition of the VNL. Uchikov serving at 17-15 Bulgaria here. Musai drags it back to 17-16. Musai lands the serve out. Rosalind Penchev now. Miscue. Poland side out.
波兰队请求换人，11号下3号上，2号下4号上。
Bednors, can he steady himself? Just to the point when service on either side of the net seems like a difficult skill to master. Nope. The real freakish parts of volleyball. Service faults all of a sudden seem to catch. Get one. Then you get several more. That's the way it seems to go. Can't quite explain it away. There we go. So it's 19-18 now. Perhaps we'll get up to the levels of the start of the first set when it seemed that every serve was landing in the net. This one comes over safe. Uchikov tries the tip. Superbly read. Kanarski was right down there beneath it to turn defense into attack. And Poland level up the match at 19-10. End of the third set. Well, that's a very good finish through the arms of two blockers. Biniak now. Set on the push for Nikolai Penchev. Referee looked it down. And the arm pointed to green side of the court. So it's tense here. It just seems to have been a lack of flow, really, to this match. Either side have had a run of points, had a run of service. It's on the paint. So the ball is in. Bulgarian point. Bratoyev with that delivery. Back set. They might have been dropping out that. Poland, an argument that they should have left it. Pipe attack. Yeah, not the best set and a difficult skill to master from a standing position. Getting high there, Rosalind Penchev. With no backlift behind it, it's easy to send that shot flat and long. They're going to challenge and call for a block touch, or hope there was a block touch, to prevent the clean out being called and being registered. Very hopeful. Will they get it right? It's that right little finger, isn't it, of David Konarski. The ball is clean.
波兰队请求换人，3号下11号上，4号下2号上，18号下99号上。
20 all. First two sets went 25-22 Bulgaria, and then for Poland 25-19 in the second. Good save. Penchev bumps it over. Poland in control. Somehow managed to miss the point. That was a real surprise. Bulgaria with a most unexpected side out, because the moment Poland had engineered a chance for a backcourt attack, you thought that was the end of that. Not quite. So rotated in, he's more of a specialist server, Georgi Siganov for Nikolai Penchev. He's the setter normally. Back set, and that's down Bulgarian side, so 21 all now. On service now for the Polish team is Bartosz Kwolek. Third touch has to come over. Poland builds off the free ball. No floor touch there though. Overpass. Penchev controls it and then kills it, scoring off the block. 22-21 now. Contact from Zitorsky, the libero, but he couldn't steer the bump, and that's why Bulgaria won the point and are serving with Svetoslav Gurtsev into the net. Service hold proving so difficult, so elusive. Uchikov Bulgaria back in the lead, but it's all very well just getting the odd point here and there. Consolidation is what it's about from here on in. They're 2 points away from wrestling back control from Poland. So Wojcikow gives it the hammer from the service line. Poland score off a block in return. Again, it's a clever shot, clever piece of attacking from Bartosz Bednarz. Playing those percentages to great effect. 23-all. That's an overpass. Bulgaria ride their luck there. It was Georgi Bratoyev who just read the flight of the ball better than anyone around him and made sure that there was contact on the ball over the net. I'm not entirely sure that Bratoyev's touch changed the trajectory of that dropping ball at all, but didn't really matter because it was enough to confuse the opposition. It's Bulgaria set point. They block it down and out. We go again. 24-all. Well, he always saves the timeouts for last, Silvano Prandi, and there's even room now for another if Bulgaria can't quite control the rest of this set. Someone's very close to winning it, but who? Bednarz on serve, into the net and over. Amazing though, it's a clean serve after a stoppage. Good rally this. Who's going to hold their nerve? Well, Musai went for the swing. Instead, it's Wojcikow. Bounce down towards the floor touch. He's had a very good match, Wojcikow. And this is his 15th point of it. Service hold. Keep it nice and simple. Remember the basics, Alex Grozdanov. Block touch. Bratoyev will send it mid-court. Block back. Super defense there from Poland. Not quite sure that the route towards Penchev as the wing spiker is the way forward for Bulgaria. That's 2 big points that he's had the opportunity to win for them. We've seen the ball block back on both occasions now. 25-all, set 3. Zitorsky bumps it back into play. Oh dear. And then Wojcikow, admittedly very difficult dropping ball, just can't read the flight, and crucially can't time the contact to make it difficult for Poland to play. I knew this would happen. He's done it again, Silvano Prandi. Now his team trail. So it's Poland who have the set point here. Biniek gets it in play. There's Uchikov. Poland block it back down and have turned this match around. Bulgaria with the opening set, but Poland have taken back-to-back sets since. They held their nerve at the end of the third here to do it 27-25. Just raise their level on the blocking. And Kvolek gets high to get the ball low. Net touch challenges coming in, so we can't quite call this done and dusted just yet. Again, it's hopeful, I think, from Silvano Prandi and the Bulgarian team. Why not? We've got a challenge left. Why not? He'll say to himself. So look at these Polish arms as they come down, nowhere near touching the tape. So that hopeful challenge is rejected, and Poland are able to celebrate the winning of the third set here. Bulgaria took the opener 25-22, 25-19, 27-25 in the next two for Poland. And the two-time defending world champions are now in the ascendancy here in VNL Pool 5 in Ningbo, China.
是2019年国际排球联赛男排宁波北轮战的比赛现场。今天下午的比赛在4点钟正式开始，对阵的双方分别是身着绿色战衣的保加利亚队和黑白战衣的波兰队。目前2支队伍的战绩都是0胜1负。
在这边呢，也预告一下，今天晚上的7点30分，我们的中国队将迎战本次比赛的法国队。同样也请所有的球迷朋友们能够再次来到我们北仑体育中心，为我们自己的中国队加油。
So set 3 won by the Poles. We're on now to set 4 in the Ningbo leg of the Volleyball Nations League 2019. This is a guide, the more recent meetings. Poland won a couple of them by 3 sets to 1 last year in the VNL in Osaka. And a couple of months later in Varna, they beat the Bulgarians on their home court in the World Championships. A little further back as well, these two met in a World Championship semi-final in 2006. Poland won that one 2-4. So a lead of 2 for Poland at the start of this 4th set. Piotr Nowakovski, 4 points to his name, 1 point off the block. And you can add a little mark in the service column as well. Ace here for Nowakovski. Great swerve. Karakashev couldn't deal with it. So Nowakovski will hit another. Looks like Poland in the process of shutting down the possibility of a losing streak of 3 in the VNL. Actually lost their first 5 matches last year, Poland, before the days of Vitalainen. They lost their 6th match. Into the net, off serve. Poland add another. 4 plays 1 hit. Actually beat, as well as the Bulgarians, Iran, Finland, Cuba, Puerto Rico at the World Champs last year, beaten by Argentina and France. Grueling format, the World Championships in volleyball. They went into round 3, lost to Italy, but beat Serbia crucially. And then an epic semi-final 5-set victory over the United States, which was followed by a straight sets win over Brazil in the final. They do seem to find the formula at the World Champs, the Poles, having won each of the last 2. But the differing formats of the other big, the world level and continental competitions, that's where Poland really need to work at their game management, their tournament management. Tip over the top, that comes back off Gotsev. Gotsev again, overpass. And Poland looking smooth now, they've got a groove together. 2 hits the shot there. The Muzai already in double figures, now up to 11 for the match, Masia Muzai. Six-2 Poland, who are on serve. Step forwards, a little bit too close into the net there, Nikolai Penchev. Well, for the first time in the entirety of this match, one side seemed to have dropped off and let their concentration dip a bit, while at the same time, the opposition seemed entirely focused and in ruthless mood. A lead of 5.
Here comes the middle challenge by Poland. Challenge for ball layout.
波兰队请求挑战，球在界内。
Poland have put a challenge in here. Well, Vitalainen, of course he wants to win. He's had his successes, but he plays with a smile on his face as well. He knows the score. So does Alexei Petkovic as well. Bulgaria serve. 7-3, throw down. Nice and smooth. Less is more there for Poland.
好的，现场的所有朋友，接下来要进行到的是第一次技术暂停的现场互动时间。来，有请我们的大屏幕切换到 Kiss Cam， 这是我们的接吻时间。来，给你
This team needs always. Okay, smile.
很凶恶的接吻啊！下一队，哎，两位女生，接吻的时间喽，不要看大屏幕，出戏。好，哎，对，步子好像小朋友不大。
So this is the last point for Bartosz Kwolek, the 21-year-old Warsavian.
好的，谢谢各位。
And that World Under-21 Championship winning team, the achievement shouldn't be underestimated. Always a good hunting ground if you're looking for the up-and-coming players. It was a straight sets win for the young Polish team over Cuba in the final in Brno. And Poland pushing Bulgaria all around the arena here and are starting to pull clear. By way of a comparison, Bulgaria didn't have an under-21 team in those finals 2 years ago. Poland beat opposition from all around the world at junior level in those finals. Really impressive the way they negotiated the knockout stages as well. Back set, Penchev throws down. Fabulous pickup. Couldn't control it though, Biniek. Defense from Poland, excellent there. And again, well, the third block worked as well, but they didn't get the bounce. Juga a little bit unlucky. 9-5 here, but Bulgaria have service with Nikolai Penchev. The overpass just saved back. There's a joust. Double touch called there. But Atoyev down. It was Karakashev, the libero. Chinokajev tried to finish it. Yeah. The Polish block impenetrable. So now Juga, ball in hand at the service line. Fabian Juga, the four-time medalist with the Polish squad. Chinokajev hit it opposite side and then has to bump. No, too much commotion in and around the net. Juga, the captain, goes over to speak to Andrei Zenovic. He has a touch of the Didier Deschamps about him, Vitalainen, France's football coach. Never seen them in the same room, put it that way. Stuff through the block. Poland take the points with Bartosz Kwolek. Penchev, oh no. They haven't got any answers here to Poland's blocking. Even when the shot is delayed a split second and they try the tip-tap, Poland's blockers are in the zone, they're engaged. Kvolek's been excellent on serve for Poland today. 12-6 here, fourth set. Bratoyev, well, that's a throw down that was disguised. Musai, block back. How on earth are Poland repelling that? Oh, that's a quick hit. Yeah, Grozdanov, very, very aggressive. Someone needed to take control of that rally, and Grozdanov obliged. The Masic volley player, the youngster, the 21-year-old. He just hits that very quickly, doesn't he? Velizar Shinokajev. The service is safe. Poland tip. Oh, they tip their way to glory. Novakovsky. Another example that you don't have to give it the max power factor. You can just be a little bit more delicate if the situation requires it. Novakovsky into the net, Nova. 13-7's a big lead now. Back-to-back points here. Bulgaria holding serve. Just as Penchev passes up the opportunity. So Musai now. Been formidable from open play. A high looping service which at least stays safe. Yields the points as well. Poland up by 7.
Hey, Fonzie.
Super fight.
Moment of quality in amidst Polish dominance from Bulgaria here. Valentin Bratoyev. Alex Grozdanov serving now. Bulgaria trailing by 6. Flat serve does clear the net at least. Super pickup off the attempt by Bednors. Bump and the high overpass. Bednors sends it deep back court. Tap down. Georgi Bratoyev producing one for the show reel, one for the scrapbook. Love that second touch play. Getting the ball down on the floor when no one expects it. So that's the bump. When you expect Bratoyev to set, he wants the glory for himself. So Grozdanov, they have to do it all over again, ×5 for parity here, Bulgaria. Just wonder if a net touch has been called there, which the Bulgarians are now challenging. So that was the initial call. Why Poland were awarded the points. Bulgaria are rejecting the notion that one of their players touched the net. Wily old head on the shoulders of Silvano Prandi. Well, they were right to challenge. No touch has been called, as proved by the video replays there.
No net touch.
So,
挑战成功。
Bulgaria awarded the point after all. Block back down. Maybe they can build on it. Maybe they can take the positives. Sveto Gotsev. Left-hand side of that double block. Enables Grozdanov to continue from the service line, the Masek player. Difficult serve to return. Grozdanov doing it for Bulgaria. And they need a hero. 15 plays 12 now.
波兰队请求暂停。
19点30分，也就是7点30分，是由我们中国队对阵阿根队。同样也请今天在场的球迷能够晚上再次来到我们的汇润体育中心，为我们自己的球队中国队加油！谢谢你们。
That flailing Bulgarian arm getting the last touch. Could have been going out. So that's turned service around here. It's the second technical timeout of our fourth set. Poland have a lead of 4. Four attack points for Piotr Novakovsky. 1 block, 1 ace, 6 points all in for the Gdansk player. Much travelled, massively experienced. 3 bronze medals, including in the Euro and previous World Leagues, and those 2 World Championship golds as well. Valentin Bratoyev pushed back. Ideally for Bulgaria, the libero was stationed there, Petr Karakashev. Bump over the top for Kvoleg. And Bratoyev, well, there was nothing wrong with the set there for Penchev's hit. Bratoyev, Karakashev, they keep it down the wing, and that's agonising for Bulgaria because the block spins away. And Bulgaria were just willing it to drop the other side of the paint. 17 plays 13. On service is Matthias Biniek. Batoyev picks up his twin brother, then sets it. Bulgaria blocking back. The third touch is just rolled off the top of the palms there. Bratoyev to his twin. Oh, double trouble from the brilliant Bratoyevs. Valentin to Georgi.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And Bulgaria keeping it in the family.
Bulgaria, challenge for ball layout.
Well, Poland given the score, so the shot was called out. In-out challenge, and it's missed.
Ball
Did miss.
out.
挑战失败。
So, Poland continue on serve. It's looking good for them now in this fourth set. They need to, of course, just win this set, and they've won the match. Matthias Biniek tries to hunt down this target of 25. Well, Kvolek with the block. That was brilliant. And the timeouts are going to be coming thick and fast now as both coaches just save them in reserve for the business end of this set. This time it's Silvano Prandi who's called the timeout.
We can recover. We can recover. Yeah, we have to recover. Let's go.
Kvolek at 19-13 Poland. Well, that would have been serve of the century had it landed in, but it didn't. Again, not by much at all.
Challenge for ball layout.
波兰队请求挑战，球在界内。
Well, Vitalainen and Poland aren't sure, so they've challenged it. It's worth a shout.
Ball out.
挑战失败。
No more challenge.
And of course, the speed at which the ball travels makes you wonder how on earth matches correctly officiated in the days before technology. Very difficult to tell with a naked eye. The ball has actually hit the line, clipped the line, been a clean in or clean out. Poland lift themselves up to 20 points.
4号下，2号上。 保加利亚队选择换人，5号下，2号上。
Sugar for Kanarski is the change as they're on serve here. So they've gone for the serving prowess of the skipper, Fabian Juga, just to see, makes you wonder why they did that.
保加利亚队再得1分。
20-15. Krasimir Georgiev. So, not a surprise by any stretch of the imagination to see service faults traded. Kvolek gets that one right. Bratoyev, yeah, just feeds it on there to the 11, Chinokajev. It's a very steep cut downward there because Chinokajev actually caught the tape with that hit. His team trail by 5. Juga helps it on. They're perhaps wise at last to the threat of tipping. Super hit by Bednors. Clear open court there. Bednors winding through the shoulder once more. After that first tip attack came back, well, they decided that power was the best way. Novakovsky on serve. 4 points he scored in the World Championship final last year. (22-17) now. Into the net and over. Third touch must be killed. Well, they turned it into a scoring point. Georgi Bratoyev, I think probably at the end of that rally thought, well, we've got absolutely nothing to lose here. We shouldn't even be in this rally. So he's punched through the ball and he's won Bulgaria's service back. So Rosalind Penchev delivers the serve. Straight into the netting. Bratoyev sets, and the 30 comes in. Kolev. His first attack, his first involvement, and he has his first point in the VNL 2019. Nikolai Kolev, the 21-year-old middle blocker. Now he serves. A player from Chernomorets in Ukraine. Decoy. They read the disguise, they weren't fooled by it in Bulgaria. Not only that, they win the point. Bit casual there, really, the Poles. That's allowing Krasimir Georgiev to monster block it back down. Hit against the defender, and they've got themselves a match point here, the Poles. Matthias Biniak, Ian Kvolek. Well, Biniak was the decoy, Kvolek was the hitter there, and Bartosz Bednors has the serve to try and take Poland through the finishing tape. Overpass comes back, Bratoyev, that's Karakashev setting it. And the Bulgarian hit is out, thus allowing Poland to claim a 4-set victory. They've won 4 of their first 5 matches in the VNL 2019. So the 2-time defending world champions are up and running in the VNL. Too good for the Bulgarians here, although it went out to 4 sets. Poland were in charge. Bednors with 17, Muzai with 14 points won the way. And Poland played well here and set themselves up to take on the host nation here in the Beilan Gymnasium, China, in their final match tomorrow. It will also be the final match of the pool. We've got another match to come later, China against France. But Poland have put Bulgaria to bed here by 3-1. Well, Poland actually out-attacked by Bulgaria there, but look at the blocking. That's where this match was won. Bulgaria strong on service. A lot of mistakes on both sides of the net too. So victories then so far in Ningbo for France against Poland, China over the Bulgarians, and then Poland beating Bulgaria in 4 earlier. A little bit later on, China, the host nation, will take on France. That's scheduled for just under an hour and a half's time. That's that from now from Ningbo. Hope to see you again very soon. Good win for Poland earlier today.